Okay, so I've been posting a lot of videos on fractions, and you're probably still saying, why do I need to know fractions? They're kind of old-fashioned. But here's the reason why. When we talk about giving a medication, whether it's in pill form or liquid form, we're talking about really giving a solution. So a solution is equal to a solute, which is the solid, dissolved in a solvent, which is the liquid. So a solution is a certain amount of solid within a certain amount of liquid. Take, for example, most of you are coffee drinkers. So you've had some really strong coffee before, and you've had probably some weak coffee before. The difference is how much coffee did they add to the pot. It's the same size pot. If they add the same amount of water every time, then you're going to get the same amount of water or liquid. But if you have different amounts of coffee dissolved in that, you're going to get different strengths of coffee. And that's what we're talking about with a solution. It's a certain amount of solid dissolved in a certain amount of liquid. So this is often expressed as a solution or a concentration of a solution. Concentration is how much solute is dissolved in a solvent, and it's usually expressed in terms of milligrams per milliliter, and I'll do a video on metric system here in just a little bit. But this is a fraction. This is a fraction right here. It tells me how concentrated this solution is. So when I'm giving a medication, I'm giving a solution. I'm giving a certain amount of drug that has been dissolved in a certain amount of liquid. For example, if let's say I'm ordered to give 0.5 milligrams of a drug. That's what's been ordered, 0.5 milligrams. But what I have is 2 milligrams per 4 milliliters. That's what the concentration of the drug that I have is. Well, okay, we'll continue with this even though that reduces down, okay? So if I have this, then I need to know how much of this to give. Now that will reduce to 1/2. That'd be 1 milligram per 2 mils. So let me go ahead and simplify that down. 2 will go into each of those. So that's going to be 1 milligram per 2 milliliters. Okay, so if I look at that right now, I have 1 milligram of the drug per 2 milliliters of the solution. I need to give 1/2 milligram of the drug, which means I'm going to give half of this, which would be 1 milliliter. And again, I'll go over that formula with you here in a little bit. But this concentration of the drug, whatever the concentration of the drug is going to determine how much you're going to give. You can't push a solid through a syringe. It has to be dissolved in a solution. Now, you can give pills. And pills are simply basically dehydrated solutions. They take the medication, they mix it with a solvent, and then they mix it up really well into a slurry, and then they form it into capsules and dehydrate it, or form it into pills, dehydrate it, and it becomes a pill. The pills start out as a liquid slurry, which is essentially a very thick solution. Okay? So that's the importance of fractions, is that when we're looking at the concentration of drugs, we're talking about how much of a drug is dissolved in how much of a solution, because that determines our concentration. All right? And I'll have more on that a little bit later on, but I just wanted to give some relevance to why we even look at fractions the way we are. Okay? So chat with you soon.